Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl, Shri Bad. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Ooh, it got blurry again. I think it has to do with the light. Maybe it has to do with my phone. I don't know. And you know what? It really doesn't matter. This blur is pretty cool. Because, you know, in my last video, I hope you liked it. And thank you to all those people who have subscribed to my channel, who listen, who comment. Thank you to all the people who may not comment but take it in somehow. Yeah, but in my last video, I told you guys that I did my Jnana yoga video 2 weeks ago. And basically it's gone. I got a new phone. I had to do a factory reset on the phone. All kinds of things were happening. And I lost it. But that's not a bad thing because that audio was an hour long. And thank goodness I wrote down what I wanted to talk about in the order in which I wanted to talk about. And, you know, when I looked over those notes, I realized that I could definitely break that video up into two. So, here we go. A lot of things, a lot of teachings, followings, philosophies, cultures, phenomena come from the universe. A lot of things that people say are very similar. I mean, even if I say that the earth is round and someone else says that the earth is flat, there are people that believe it or support it, you know, and can have their facts and theories and hypotheses as to why this is true. So, when it comes to things like yoga, there are things, all of it comes from the universe, the divine, whatever it is you want to call it. But when that knowledge disseminates into human beings, into individual consciousness from a pure place, you know, either things get lost in translation or the translation gets enhanced depending on the vessel. And sometimes, or a lot of times, with the same old knowledge or the fact that there's nothing new under the sun, somehow we can take that same old knowledge and make it feel brand new. You know, a coat is a coat, but there is a difference between a fur coat and a down jacket, you know, and a blazer. But a coat is still a coat, right? With that being said, the chakras are nothing new. They came from different sages in their meditation. Accepted. The different types of yogas that I have discussed come from the universe, you know, brought down by sages and demigods and Hindu gods and the All One, as many cultures, religions call it. However, the connection between the chakras and the different types of yogas are all mine. It's not like you can go on Google and do a search for, you know, root chakra and karma yoga, and you'll find all these articles about it. You may find none. You may find one or two. All that is me. So when I discuss to you the correlations between the chakras and the different types of yogas, it's for your understanding, your total understanding. Because I am so tired of people thinking that Hatha yoga is about a bunch of tricks and naked people and you can bend all kind of ways. Hatha yogis are not acrobatics. They're not. There's no way. I mean, when you master your breathing, you can become anything. I mean, that's the whole point of yoga. Really. You know, if yoga means union and you wonder what you're unionizing, you're basically unionizing your mind, your body, and your breath to all work in harmony like a holy trinity. Okay? And the Holy Trinity has to sit in meditation in order for reality to sustain, maintain, remain. The basis of human beings being able to take something that's already sitting out there and making it look new or making it feel new, or somehow this translation clicks in your mind, is from the very place that you as an adult have given up on. Or it's from the very place that you as an adult have perverted. It is our imagination. When we were children, our imagination was a magical place. And as we grew up and the ego took over, the imagination was gone, or it was used differently. Not in a good way. I'm not going to talk about the specifics of that. You know, some people have very vivid imaginations and it turns into delusion. Megalomania, sociopathy, narcissism. I mean, if they're mental issues, what part of the mind are they ill in? You know? What part of the mind is being messed up here? Is it the ego that is being messed up? Or the part of our mind that taps into that imagination? It's important to know this, because without knowing if you have any imagination left, where the fuck it's coming from, and how the hell you're using it, Jnana yoga means nothing. And enlightenment means nothing. It's a bunch of shit. You're still living in your delusions, chilling. Your imagination is an awesome thing. So before I get into Jnana yoga, what it is and how you do it and why you do it, especially since you do it every day, I want you to think about your imagination. Do you have one? Or do you have a delusionation? I mean, think about when you were a child. How did you use your imagination? Did you have an imaginary friend? Did you have an imaginary job? And what did you pull out from that imagination? That was magical. When was that imagination taken away from you and replaced with this thing that we call an ego? Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm beginning to really see that the less imagination that you have, the more ego you have. You see, children, they learn and develop an ego from their experiences. But if they don't have experiences in our realm, they stay innocent in the imagination realm, no? No? Isn't that how they stay a little pure? Think about it. Does your imagination work for you? And what are the modern day terms for your imagination nowadays? Hint, hint, the secret. But is that really your imagination, or is it a step above? Why not have it as the same thing? Yeah. Think about that last part. More imagination means less ego. I don't know. Does it hurt your head a little bit? It might. It should. Yeah. Because children, they don't force on purpose, you know? Children know nothing about control. That's how I should say it. So even if a child seems forceful or mean, they really have no control over that thing. So when children pull things out of their imagination, that's where magic can come in. Or something else. Thank you. Something to think about. I mean, hell, the movie industry is based on what? Is it based on imagination? Or is it based on something else? Especially if a lot of these movies represent things that are going to come true. Yeah. Are you getting a better clue now? I hope so. Because when I talk to you about Jnana Yoga and what it is, hopefully, like this screen, it will be a consistent clear. It'll be a consistent sharpness like that. I'm glad the screen is doing this though. It's a lot like life, this Maya, this illusion. Sometimes you gotta clean the screen, and sometimes you just gotta have enough patience to say, oh wait, it'll come back. Before I go, I want to say something about what happens when you become an adult and you decide to use a little imagination. People daydream, you know, and a lot of times these are called distractions. And the adult form of the negative aspects of certain uses of your imagination are distractions. And a lot of people put real life situations as distractions. Escapism into comic books or cartoon characters, that's like a little imagination there. You gotta use it. And it can lead to being a distraction. If there's anything that yoga teaches you from your breath, from your breathing, from all these wonderful terms that I've spoken of before and will speak of in the future that I haven't even discussed yet, is that distractions go away. They might not go away for very long, like that, see? But they do go away. And if it goes away, 0.1 is better than 0, no? Yeah. That's going to help you with Jnana Yoga too. Okay? Like I've told you guys before, Jnana Yoga is self-inquiry. All right. And think you do a lot of self-inquiry? Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later about that, okay? I don't feel like busting my head in the new year. Not yet. Y'all done bust my head a lot. So when it comes to Baba Poochie, when it comes to these yoga breakdowns, you know, I want to be clear-headed, y'all. I got more meditating to do. But y'all take this in, suck it up, you know what I'm saying? Drink the juice of imagination and see if it's in the right way and not the wrong way. Whatever the hell that means. All right, talk to y'all later. One.